Sunny TV Unfiltered, and we're back. The Premier League is back. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are the team who smashed us last season. The Wilfried Zaha show, or was it the Mustafi show? Basically, after that game, Arsenal went off the rails, and we didn't get Champions League football. So, also today, on Sunday, should I say, Wilfried Zaha has got a point to prove. Arsenal obviously signed Pepe, and they didn't sign his Ivory Coast colleague, Wilfried Zaha. So, basically, is Wilfried Zaha going to come back and haunt us? That's the question. So, hello to everyone in the comments. We've got some very distinguished guests with us today. And it's very global, our guest today. We've got Baz all the way from Birmingham.
Yes, how you doing, man?
We've got Terry from Essex.
Wait.
Old Danny Dyer himself. We've got Victor. Victor is the brains of everybody on the panel tonight. Victor is a Nigerian doctor in Russia. So big up yourself, Victor. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
Say hi to Snowden.
It's not snowing yet.
Victor is Kelechi, he's Thai, all rolled into one. But he can also perform surgery as well. Baz, you got to stop that banging in the background. I'm going to have to take out the stream.
Okay.
We've also got the kid with us today as well.
I'm a big kid now.
All the way from Canada, but living in London.
You got to switch it up sometimes.
Victor, I'm coming to you first, my bro.
Okay, bro.
What about Stan? You ain't said Stan.
Did I say Stan? I'm sorry. Stan is the other Canadian.
Yeah, that's all right.
I have to take him out of the screen. Any more noise? I'm going to have to take out of the stream.
I'm back now.
Yeah, but any more noise? I'm going to have to take out of the stream.
All right, Sonny.
We've got Stan all the way from Canada. So we've got an English Canadian and we've got a Somali Canadian in the house today. I don't know which one's which. Victor, we come to you first, my bro. You're the brains of the outfit, yeah. You're the doctor. Arsenal need major surgery. Where would you start? Where would you start?
Well, I think the problem with Arsenal is not just as we call it. It's not about Mesut Ozil or anything. I think it's majorly the coach. That's the problem. Emery is the one you can link everything with, because our problem is not about the players. It's about the tactical structure of the team. And the only person at fault for the tactical structure is the coach.
All right, let me ask you a question. I know you're in Russia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not going to ask you about the women in Russia. We'll leave that to private. Okay. If Unai Emery got taken ill and he came into your hospital in Russia, would you kill him or would you fix him?
I'll definitely fix him. But I'll definitely fix him, but he has a lot of questions to answer. Lots of questions to answer.
So, as you're sticking a needle in him, would you put him under put him under general anaesthetic, or would you just hurt him just because he's hurting us?
Well, medically speaking, you just have to help the man. But then, in terms of Arsenal fans worldwide, the club is a joke right now. This is not our Arsenal. Everything, a lot of things are wrong with the club. We can't even win Sheffield. Things like that are not things that we are proud of as fans, even as black fans and everything. It hurts us more than even the British fans and everything, because here we troll each other much more than everywhere, and you can't even talk to your colleagues here at work like, oh, you're an Arsenal fan, like, oh, Arsenal. Get that kind of thing. It annoys, but then it's what it is. It is Arsenal. What can we do?
So what made you support Arsenal? Was it Kanu or was it what made you support Arsenal?
Obviously, it's Kanu.
It's Kanu.
Kanu being in Nigeria. It's Kanu.
He's that trick alone against Chelsea.
Huh?
He's that trick alone against Chelsea would make you support him. When we was 2-0 down and then he brought it back to make it 3-2 and we won that day. Brilliant.
Victor's frozen. Baz, what do you make of Arsenal, Baz, so far?
Nah, you see what the problem is, yeah? The manager's not the one, man. Let's be real. Yeah. The guy, yeah, the midfield selection's all wrong, man. Yeah. For me, yeah, Xhaka shouldn't... You know what it is, yeah? Xhaka, you see Xhaka, yeah? You see what Sarah was doing with Jorginho last year? The register thing, yeah? He plays him as a deep line midfielder, yeah? Playmaker. It doesn't work, mate. Yeah, the guys are... They're in training, yeah? They're them little dummies, yeah? You saw the dummies, yeah?
Yeah.
He's like that, man. He's literally a statue, yeah? You just dribble past him. He's shocking. I'm telling you, yeah? Put Torreira in the holding, even though I don't really think he's a one right now, yeah? Put him there and put protection around him. Yeah, like put Guendouzi and Ceballos. That's the only thing I see right now. Or Ozil maybe creative. Do something different, man. Change the system for fuck's sake. Yeah, it's shocking, man. That's what I say, anyways. No, it's true, man. I'm sick of it, man. Someone needs to change system.
But Baz, there was no Xhaka last night. So what was the excuse last night?
Oh, the excuse last night. No, I'm just talking in general. You know, the excuse last night. There's not an excuse last night. Yeah, for me, yeah, the only excuse I can see is Emery, man. He's shocking, man. I'd bid him, man. I'm telling you, he ain't good enough. Everyone can see it, yeah. Just people are scared to say it. That's what I see. Everyone can see it. People are scared to say it. There's different levels to it, yeah. Some people are sitting on the fence. Get off the fence, yeah, and to say it's shocking. Fuck off. That's all I say.
Well said.
So I'll take it you're Emery out then, yeah.
I've been Emery since the day he came. I never rated it, man. I used to watch him at PSG. At Sevilla, I used to like, okay, this guy's an upcoming manager. I saw him at PSG, right? And then what he used to do was, if you looked at, if you watched the Real Madrid game, yeah, my man dropped. Was it Thiago Silva dropped? Yeah. There's always a top player. There's always a top player just cannot grasp. You know, he doesn't. He can't. He's what you call. Obviously, if I say the wrong words, I can say something I should not be saying. But for me, he's a bitch. Yeah, the guy's a bitch. I don't give a shit, man. He's a bitch. Yeah.
Well, before I come to Stan, Victor, you're Emery out, aren't you?
No, I'm not Emery out. I want the man to succeed at Arsenal. Yes. Because what other options do we have? Are we going to go for Jose Mourinho? No. Because if we say we want beautiful football at Arsenal, is Mourinho the answer to beautiful football? We also have Mourinho at Manchester United. We also saw what Manchester United played. We saw how boring the club is. We know why he was sacked at Manchester United. So is it Jose Mourinho? Is it Allegri that is going to play beautiful football at Arsenal? No. So then we know about Emery. Do we know the next man coming in? We don't. So we should still believe in what we have now.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Mourinho by the looks of it, because obviously he's the one sitting up in the director's box last night.
Yeah, but that's the question. Is Mourinho the next step for Arsenal Football Club? Will Mourinho play beautiful football? No, he won't. He's still going to play the same thing Emery is playing, direct football. Mourinho will want all his players to defend. Will Ozil suit that kind of practice again? Those are the things we have to look at. Is Mourinho the next step to Arsenal Football Club? I don't think so.
What do you think? Should we sack him?
I don't think so. Well, I think we should give him till December, because we're still 9 games in to the new season, and obviously, if you look at the season, we've changed 40% of our players last year. 40% of our players have been changed. So you still have to give him time, because I believe he has some issues, and I believe the Ozil issue is not just about Emery and Ozil, because I believe Arsenal at this point in time, we're no longer under the Arsene Wenger system. We have a director of football, we have a technical director, and we have a managing director. And this thing is happening on Arsenal Football Club, and none of them is talking about it. That means Emery has the support of the board. So we should not just look at now and put Emery under the sun to dry. Raul knows about this thing. Hedu knows about this thing going on. And I think they are in support of this thing going on. So it's not just about Emery versus Ozil. This Ozil versus Arsenal Football Club now as a whole. That is, to me, that is what is happening. Because I don't think Arsenal, I don't think Edu, who is common with the fans, we see how the fans are yearning for Ozil and nothing is happening. So I believe the board knows about this thing and they're in support also.
We're going to come on to Ozil a bit later because apparently he's been linked with Manchester United. So we're going to have a discussion on that. Stan, what's your thoughts on things, mate?
Well, we got a result yesterday. The first half obviously was a little bit ugly, but we got a result. So Emery lives to fight another day for me. You know, I've still got my proviso on the Christmas period. I'm still going to be looking at January, December to see how things are. But we keep on. You know, we stick with Emery until then, in my eyes.
You know what? Everyone is saying the same thing in the comments. Mourinho plays the worst football.
Listen,
Exactly.
No matter what, a part of the fan base are going to find something to be angry about. We
Listen.
used to play good football, and guys were angry because we weren't winning games and we weren't producing in the big games. Now we're playing horrid football. I'm not going to lie. There's certain times where we're playing terrible, but we do grind out points that we don't deserve sometimes out of those terrible performances.
The kid.
Yeah.
We're going to the Palace game. Obviously, we lost to Sheffield United on Monday. It's a must-win game, or is it?
It's a must-win game. The next two games are massive. We're playing who? After this game, we're playing Wolves, right? At home. So the next two games are home games. At home, we don't really lose too many home games. Like, let's be honest. Out of our last 23 home games, we've won 21 of them. So like, I'm talking about in the Premier League. We've won 21 of our last 22 home games. So at home, we're different gravy. Don't forget that. At home, we're a different team. Even though guys want to get down over our last result. If we faced Sheffield United at home last week, we would have beat their ass. Let's be real.
How can you say that? Honestly,
do you not see how players raise their game? Away from home, something mentally is wrong with them. Like, I don't get it. I'm not a doctor.
There's a mental block now.
Victoria are probably in the third division over here, and we let them get 2 goals against us at home. And you're telling me
Terry,
that is solid, like Sheffield United, that are playing brilliantly. They've got a great manager. They've got them playing brilliant. They're solid. They're defensive and everything. You're saying that we would smash them at home, but we can't.
At home, we're a different team. Everybody knows that. Nobody is scared of us when we're facing them on their ground. But if they come to the Emirates, let's be real. Most guys don't leave the Emirates with points. It's been a fact over the past 2 years. We cannot deny that.
The Victoria game shows the reason why Torreira, Tierney, Bellerin, and Odin are not yet starting. It's obvious. They still lack a length of pace. They are not ready. And it's obvious. Look at Torreira. Torreira was shocking yesterday. It was shocking.
You can't just pick up on Torreira. The whole team was shocking.
No, I'm not picking up on Torreira, but I'm picking up on in the defensive midfield area. Are we going to rely on Torreira in the defensive midfield area? Look at the big six. They have Fabinho, Rodri, Fernandinho. Will Arsenal Football Club rely on Lucas Torreira?
So
come on, let's be real.
All I see now is Emery in people sticking up for Emery, and they're blaming the players now.
No, we are not blaming the players.
Now it's Torreira, and next it'll be probably Tierney because he had a bad game. You won't pick any negatives against Emery, but you'll pick negatives against the players.
No, I'm not blaming Tierney.
Listen, I'm not talking about negatives.
Tierney to play.
I'm
talking about Tierney, Bellerin, Odin being not ready yet. They are. I appreciate ACL is something. It's not an easy injury to overcome, either physically or psychologically. If you watch Bellerin yesterday, he was being careful yesterday. Tierney, towards the end of the game, you see, everybody were concerned when Tierney went on the floor. They were concerned.
He got better.
Those
during the
injuries are
game,
not
though.
something you just, yeah, those injuries are not something you get over psychologically, easily. So they still need time to get into what is happening in the real matches.
I guarantee you now, if that defense played like yesterday under a different manager, you would have seen different defense. The players in the first half, they look like they don't want to play for the manager. I don't care what anybody says. Their body language was disgusting. They didn't want to play. Lacazette's body language was absolutely shocking in that first half. Shocking, because he's looking around him and he's looking at the players he's playing with, and he's thinking, what am I doing in this crap side, to be fair? Let's be honest, what am I doing playing with these crap players? Why should I stay at Arsenal? You tell me, if you're Lacazette now or you're Aubameyang and Arsenal or the ball come up to you now and say, look, I want you to sign this new 2-year, 3-year deal. If you're Aubameyang or Lacazette, what are you going to say? And be real. Don't look at Emery. Don't look at Arsenal. Look at the situation. Be real. If you're Lacazette or Aubameyang now, would you sign that contract? Be real.
Let's break down. Let's
To be
break down the
honest,
question. You asked me
to be
four
honest, let's
questions.
break down the question.
Questions. Yeah, you asked
Okay.
4 questions. You're
Okay.
trying to win an argument here. The debate. Break down each question. Question 1. What? Your first question. You're talking about Emery, right? Next, you're talking about Lacazette not getting service and saying the team is shit, and then eventually you got to signing. So Emery made the changes to help win the game, even though he might calm down. Let me finish before you go. Step 1, Emery made changes, even though he didn't set up the right team. He did make changes. Number 2, Lacazette. You're talking about Lacazette not getting the service. Yes, he made the right runs, and he was looking at his teammates, saying they're not finding him in the right places at times. So of course he's going to look at his players and he's going to say, raise your levels. That's what you want from a leader. He's a third choice captain, so he should be telling them what to do. Number 3, when you're saying Lacazette and Aubameyang signed the deal, they're honestly, if you're them, you probably don't sign it until you get guarantees, and that is the honest truth. Now you can go.
Who would you rather keep, Aubameyang and Lacazette or Emery?
Why do we have to pick? That's not our job. That's not our job.
Thing is, there was reports coming out yesterday that Tierney, Holding, Lacazette, Ozil, and then someone else all went in to see Raul, saying they wasn't happy with Emery.
Fantastic game.
Basically, what Raul was supposed to have said is Emery has got until Christmas for us to be in the top 4. And if we're not in the top 4 in December, he's gone.
Yes.
What source did this come from?
Then he can leave.
I can't reveal my sources.
Because I rate certain sources. Like if it came from the Athletic or something like that, I would rate it. But if it's like from the Daily Mirror or some of those guys, come on.
Well, my source was Simon.
Okay, so yeah, we can look at Simon.
It's not Dolly then.
Oh,
Simon actually knows somebody.
Okay, guys. Even the
the
biggest supporters of the club supporting. Yes, you support the manager, but we all see he's making mistakes, and we can criticize him. We can point out his mistakes, but at the same time, I'm with Victor here. I'm supporting him as long as he's in the job. As if he loses the job tomorrow, I'm not going to lie to you. I will not say I feel sorry for him. But at the same time, I'm not Emery out.
You see,
okay.
Yeah.
Go on, Bess.
Let's be real about this year. We've got Crystal Palace in it, yeah? We've got Crystal Palace, Wolves, and who is it? Leicester. They're all counter-attack. He doesn't know how to deal with counter-attacking teams, man. I'm telling you, man. If he loses them 3 games here, don't forget, yeah, we've got Liverpool in a couple of days after that.
Yeah. That's Carabao Cup, that don't count.
Regardless, add pressure to him. It doesn't matter. That's a game's a game.
Every game matters now.
Exactly.
Every game matters.
Every game matters. The Vittoria, I'm telling you, if Pepe never scored, yeah, fans were up in arms. Let's be real, man.
I mean, I don't.
No one cared. We were going to qualify in the Europa League anyways. Let's be real.
Come on.
I couldn't give a crap. Listen, you're only judging play. Basically, I'm telling you, right? I don't give a crap. That game here was shocking. Yeah, people say they don't care, yeah, but let's be real about this, yeah.
We won the other game, what? 4-0?
No, but hear me
cared.
out 1 second. If you look at it, yeah, remember before the game, yeah, people were like, all the saying like things like, this is the best team I like to watch, yeah. I would enjoy the Carabao and the Europa League games. What happened there? Yeah, it was shocking. So people like this Young Bucks team, yeah. What was it, Young Bucks team? It's Emery. I call Bombery for a reason. He's a bomb, mate. He's a go ASAP. I'm telling you, man. I don't rate this manager. I never rated him. Yeah.
So let me ask a question then. Everybody.
Hang on. Who's got a telly on in the background?
Me.
It's not me.
Someone else.
I'm in the kitchen. It's probably Victor.
I'm in the bedroom. No one's here.
Seriously, who's got that music on in the background?
I'm in the front room, but no one has anything on.
Victor.
Victor?
So I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah,
If that's okay.
Go on,
Yeah,
Sam.
So everybody was kind of, over the past few weeks, everyone's been sort of like saying that Tierney, Bellerin, Holding are going to save us, and when Torreira's playing instead of Xhaka, that is the formation to go. So the common consensus is that yesterday the game wasn't very good. A lot of people are saying that we played shit. So are we saying now then that when those players go into what we are calling the first team and play in the league, that they're not going to save us now? That it's not that the players are shit. Are we saying now that it's the tactics?
And as you know, I mean, I've been on here a few times with you, and I've been on here with Sonny, and I've been saying it from the start. To me, it doesn't matter if we've got Ronaldo or Messi in our team. They're not going to save Emery's job. They're not going to save it because it's him himself. It's the manager. If you take the manager out of the equation, the players will play 1,000% better for me. Doesn't matter who it is. That's my opinion.
Because it seems to me, looking at the game yesterday, it just
Okay.
Victor.
Let's
Victor,
go back.
Victor, you got music on in the background, bruv.
sounds like the Russian national anthem.
You got music in the background on television or something on in the background.
Yeah.
Well, so it's not here. Turn it off, innit?
Go somewhere quiet.
Yeah, that's my view, Stan. It doesn't matter what players we've got there. We could have the best players at the moment in that team. Emery is the problem. He is the main problem.
Looking at the game yesterday and looking at the way that we played, it just seemed that, for example, Torreira's being told to constantly go in the box, and the fullbacks are being told to stay right up the pitch. And then when the ball pops out and they break against us, we do look bang in trouble. And I don't think any fullback or centre backs are going to be able to cope with that if everybody's playing so high up the field. I've been thinking for a while, even though I'm Emery in, I'm not happy. And I've been thinking, how long is it going to be before we see what's been going on with what we call the first team and the troubles that they've been having? How long is it going to be until we start seeing that trickle down and start permeating in and around what we call the second team? And I saw a lot of that yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, did you see Van Persie's comment?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm kicking out, man. If you can't turn your silly down, it's
I heard that.
You know what it is, yeah?
Van Persie summed everything up yesterday. If you go and watch his interview afterwards, Stan, his words, he sums it up completely. And that's not from Van Persie. Keown's saying it, Merson's saying it, Charlie Nicholas is saying it, Alan Smith is saying it, Ian Wright is saying it. You know what I mean? He ain't that bad.
Terry, 1 minute. Victor, turn your telly down, man. What's the matter with you?
Is he having a wee in the background?
Turn your telly off, man.
Yo, just mute him.
It's gone, man. It's gone. Well, what's up with people, man? They come on the stream and they want to watch television. What's up with people, man?
You don't
At
take
least he got
what's he watching? Fucking Russian fucking ballet dancing or something?
EastEnders has just started.
Yeah, as I said, do you know what I mean? It ain't just us fans saying it. It's everyone saying it. Do you know what I mean? That's just what I can't understand. Why people can't see it. Why people think positive feelings.
I know. I can definitely see it. But as I said before, I think the last time when I was on it, I just don't want us to make a knee-jerk reaction, get him out. The next guy comes in. He starts trying to sort of like dick around with the team again. It doesn't work out. We've got to pay that guy off. Then another one comes in. So That's the only reason of why I want it to work for Emery. But truth be known, I don't think it is, and the job does look like it's too big for him.
Yeah. I mean, you know what my biggest problem is at the moment, right? I'm too good. my biggest problem is white fans.
He's still there.
Victor, bruv,
Comedy.
bruv, I will turn your camera on. We've gone into a dark room. What's happening?
He's having a wee. I told you, we don't want to people privacy.
I think he's gone into a dark room.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is why are fans so against getting rid of the manager, but no, not against getting rid of the players? You know what I mean? Why? Hold up. Why is it won't be a big problem if we get rid of Saka because we can get midfielders in? Why ain't that a big problem?
Why
we get rid of David the Week? Ain't that a big problem?
We can't get
rid of what it is. You get David Luiz. It's probably
we can't get rid of any of the players until January anyway, right? We can't move anybody on until January. So again, as I say, if it's not happening and it doesn't look like it will be, we can move the manager on in January as well.
Yeah, exactly. I understand what you're saying there, Stan. It's just that what I'm saying is that, you know what I mean, if we mention Saka's name, everyone will say, oh, yeah, we can get him in, or we can get him in, or if we get rid of David Luiz, we can get him in. But as soon as we mention Emery, it's like, oh, no, we can't do that. Who are we going to get in?
This comment's a killer.
Terry, there you are, son. The way it is here.
I love this.
I know this goes off topic.
We can say, he's turn the lights off, he's on the TV. He's got to go. That's it. You're done. You're gone. See you later. Go and operate on someone.
Come on, Baz, what were you saying, mate?
Socrates is the biggest bum here, man. Socrates. Yeah. He thinks he's a warrior. Man's a bum. Yeah. If you look at the Sheffield United game, right, the guy goes too tight on opponents, yeah. He gets spun. We're gone. We're done, bro. Because I'm telling you, man, I don't rate this guy Socrates, yeah. And then we've got another bum in Granite, yeah. Let's be real. He is a scapegoat. I'll tell you that. He's a scapegoat, yeah, because I had a decent game against Sheffield United. Let's say that.
Yeah.
However, let's be real. Overall, right, the game passes him by. He's another passenger for me, yeah. He really is, man. He's another shocking player, yeah. I'm telling you, we've got too much passengers, not enough.
What did that guy say? Yo, I don't know if that guy was making a joker.
I'm telling you.
Who like?
Come, boys, hit the like button.
Yeah, come on, everyone, hit the like button.
Someone said, "Who do I rate?" I don't rate any of these players at this club, man. Other than maybe Lacazette, Aubameyang, Pepe, maybe.
See, I have to disagree with that, Baz. Well, I think that we've got a very capable squad, and I think that the squad of players that we've definitely got what it takes to get to third place.
Yeah, I agree.
We almost bagged third last season, and we had an easy running of games, right? And we totally stuffed it up. So I think the players that we've got are good, but they just need to be set up in the right way.
Understand? I agree, yeah. But the one is, yeah, I'm on about to the next level. These guys are not next level players, mate. They are what you call they are a top four, capable squad. They're not a challenging squad. Let's be real about this.
Let's be honest, yeah. They're not a challenging squad.
No, not for me. Listen, Emery, yeah,
they're not a challenging squad, but they are a top squad.
You know, you get bored of FIFA, yeah. You take off a defensive. You know, you get bored, yeah. You put a defensive midfielder in attack, yeah.
Yeah.
My man put Torreira as a right winger yesterday, yeah. In the second half.
That was a
Or was he attacking midfielder? The guys lost the plot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, get him out of his job, man. I'm telling you, get him out of his misery.
Man.
He looks like a broken man. He's on the touchline like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck off. Get off.
The thing is, if this man was in a normal job and you was a managing director, he would have been gone years ago. Would have been gone years ago. Let's be honest. Let's be real about it.
Listen.
He won. There are 3 European what's it called the
Europa League.
That's the only thing that he clutches onto. If he never won that year, people were like, "Oh, he's a bomb. Get this guy out. Oh, look at him, he's Dracula. He sucks blood. Fuck off. He's shit." Yeah,
listen,
I'll tell you right now.
Do you guys not think that the board see this and they don't see the issues? You don't think that they notice these things? Of course they do. And we obviously, Terry, let me finish, please. We rate these. If we rate Raul and we rate all these guys, obviously they did. We think they did a decent job in the summer. If things hit the fan, I expect these guys to hold them at a higher level and to fire him. Honestly, but if they do and things get to that level, they'll do it. And I back the board. I think these guys are not bums. The backboard, the guy in the back room. We changed the back room system. Next guy that comes in is going to be their guy.
Listen,
then you can judge them.
Sonny, I agree. Yeah, the kid, I agree with you there. But at the end of the day, then what they should do is the board is hold their hands up. We made a decision.
Exactly.
It's the wrong one. It needs to go. Let's get someone else in. Hold your hands up. We've made a mistake.
I'm still not Emery out. I'm still not Emery out, but I'm saying if the board I trust the board to do the right thing. If they think that he needs to be sacked, I back their decision. At the end of the day, we all back the team, but everyone has their own way of supporting the club.
Yeah,
you guys can be critical of the manager and think he deserves to be gone. I think he still didn't get a fair shout of this team because the team has changed a lot. There's been a lot of changeover.
Is that for 1 season and 9 games?
That one season, everyone said he gets a free pass. This is the season he's getting judged.
I didn't say he get a free pass. It was better last season than this season, man. They were better last season.
Okay, maybe you didn't say that, but a lot of the fan base said this season he gets a pass.
That's the little bloody idiots.
Okay, I don't agree with that statement, but that's what people were saying. And when it comes to my end, what I'm saying is when he has his full team out there.
Let me mute the kid. Let's mute him.
I have to agree with the kid that I do trust the board to do the right thing, and I gather that at the end of the Sheffield Wednesday game, I do stay behind.
Sheffield United.
Sorry, Sheffield United. I do get my Sheffields mixed up. I do stay behind for 15 minutes and spoke to the travelling crowd. And you've got to think that if he got the crowd right after the game, they were really raw. They just travelled all the way out from London in the pissing rain, watched that shit show, and then they were asked what their thoughts were. So I imagine that they didn't hold back. And if you think on Tuesday morning when everybody went to work at the Emirates, that everybody just made a cup of coffee and said good morning, there must have been meetings, right? Either with Emery or even meetings without Emery. And I think the board are going to stay right on top of this.
I think they're not on top of it enough. I mean, obviously, that's just my opinion, Stan. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, all I want is the best for our club. I don't get this thing where people say it's just about the result. Because if it's just about the result, if we went up for Sheffield United on Monday and we won 1-0, I still would have been saying these things now because of the way we played and the way the team was set up, the team lineup. It was absolutely shocking. Same as last night. I don't care about just winning 1-0 and getting 3 points. To me, I care about my club. My club.
Okay.
So let me ask you that. Let me ask you then, Terry. If we won, let's say hypothetically, we won the league, and if we look back at those results, let's say 80% of the games that we played, we had won 1-0, but we ended up winning the league. Would you be disappointed with that because there wasn't enough, there wasn't enough goals or flair?
I wouldn't be.
You're always going to criticise or you're going to look to improve your team. So I would be saying that to my manager. Yes, we've won the league. You've done a great job. But the next thing to do now to make us even more elite is to get the entertainment side in it. It's to make the fans happy. You're always looking to better yourself.
Yeah, can I just come in on that? Can I just come in on that? Listen, fans who watch it on television will take a 1-0 win because you're sitting there with your cup of tea, your slice of cake, you got your Sunday roast, you got your cat licking your toes. You're not bothered. You're not bothered. But when you're at the game, it's pissing down rain, and we play shit, and it's cost you £200. You are bothered.
Listen, last night, all on Twitter, there was fans at the game. Obviously, a few fans at the game. There weren't a lot there. I mean, it was empty.
Right.
You know what I mean? But even the fans that were there at half time were all tweeting how bad the atmosphere was. They said the boos were deafening. They said they was all calling for Emery. Do you know what I mean? This is happening.
Yeah.
I was at the pub yesterday, and for the first half, especially the first half, you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah,
and there was disappointment, but we got out of it. He brought on Nicolas Pepe and he scored 2 cracking free kicks. and we won the game. So, I mean, okay, the first half we did look like we were in trouble, but we turned it around and we won.
I mean, the only thing I can stick up for Emery for is that in his post-match conference, he did say it was going to be an hard game, and give him his due, it bloody was, wasn't it? Let's be honest. He made that game hard by saying that at the beginning.
Jamie, no way in hell do I want Jose Mourinho to be Arsenal
He
manager.
respects teams. That's what I say.
No
Maybe
way.
not.
Any team, he respects them. You know, so that's my only issue with that guy.
Just
That's my
touching-
main issue. My only main
Just touching on that Jose Mourinho subject, I don't think he'll come to us because of the way that we're set up now. We're not set up to have a manager. We're set up to have a head coach. And I don't think Mourinho is that sort of a guy who's going to let the board dictate who comes in and who comes out. I mean, Mourinho likes to be all over that sort of thing.
You know
I
what
think
it
he
is?
would love to get a job in London because he has a
Yeah.
home in London and his family are settled here.
You know what it is, Dan? Yeah, the only thing, yeah, I disagree with you there is, yeah, let's be real, because it's Arsenal, yeah, and it's back in the Premier League.
Who's shouting and screaming in the background, bruv? Because whoever it is, I'm going to take that scream now. Baz, that's your second strike, bruv. One more, that's it. You're gone.
Sorry about that. There's some problems with that, but yeah.
I couldn't give a shit, mate. They're not going to fuck up my podcast. It's up to you. So, whatever.
But because it's what's it called? Yeah, because it's Arsenal, right? Just to piss people off in the Premier League, yeah, I guarantee you'd come to Arsenal. Just because it's Arsenal.
Can I counteract this? I mean, because obviously, right, the way I look at Jose, I mean, I don't really want him to come, to be honest. If I deep down, I don't want him at Arsenal, right? But what me laugh is that makes me laugh is like for you, the kid, and a little bit Stan, because obviously you back the manager to the nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying you back the manager and all that. But to me, with Mourinho, is that he's only at a club for 3 years. You keep saying that you don't want managers keep changing and changing and changing. With Mourinho, he's only been at clubs for 3 years. The way I look at him is that the first year he comes, he sorts the problem out. The second year he's there, he'll probably win a trophy. But then in the third year, he completely destructs that and destructs it. And then he destructs the team, he destructs the players, he destructs the ball. And then the fans get on his back and everything because he wants that. So why on earth would anybody want Mourinho out? He's just a short fix in my eyes.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a pick for me. I 100% agree with everything you just said, Terry, and I wouldn't want him anywhere near Arsenal for those reasons.
No one in the fan base would.
All right, let's get the teams for what's name for Sunday. Stan.
Well, it's a difficult one, right? Because I know who I'd like to see, but a lot of those players just played. So, I mean, I don't know what the thinking is of whether people like Bellerin and Tierney are able to play 2 games on the spin, or are we going to be now locked in a cycle where, because of that, we have to play someone like Chambers or AMN at right back, Kolasinac at left back, and then we're stuck with the 2 in the middle of Luis and Socrates. That's what I think he's going to put out. I don't think he's going to risk putting back any of those guys back from injury into the squad. And then obviously we're going to see the return of Xhaka. So it's probably going to be near enough the same team that he put out for Sheffield.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's not good news, is it?
I'll tell you this. On the Crystal Palace side of things, they just got Luka Milivojevic back, and that guy is their penalty taker. And like, I don't know. What I'm expecting is to be goals in the game, for it to finish maybe 2-1 for Arsenal or 3-2. Stress, bro. It's going to be a stressful game. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm optimistic, and I'm still thinking there's going to be goals on both sides.
So
I doubt we're going to keep it.
So what's your team then?
My team.
Terry. You're not Emery, so you're not picking Emery's team. You're picking your own team.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Okay, my team is going to be Leno. I'm going to pick Chambers because I don't think Bellerin's fully ready. I'm going to pick David Luiz in holding and Tierney as the left back. So that's my back 4 plus my goalkeeper. And then I have I'm going to take Guendouzi. Honestly, I'm going to put Xhaka in this game because you're going to need Xhaka in this kind of game where you need some big guys in there. My front and then my number 10 is Ceballos. I would have Martinelli instead of Saka, and I would have Pepe and Aubameyang because I feel like Martinelli deserves to get some run. It's harsh to drop Saka, but
Baz, what's your team?
Back four. Obviously, you're gonna have Leno. Back four. I'd have Tierney. I'll take Socrates out, man. Not for me. Not for me. Sorry. I'll probably put. I don't rate David Luiz, but I just put him because he's better than Socrates. I don't care what it tells me. He's better than Socrates. Yeah. At least he offers something. Yeah, when he's playing. You know what I'm saying? So David Luiz. Holding, I don't care. I don't want a Socrates back in his team, man. For me, obviously, Bellerin didn't look ready yesterday. He grew into the game, so he needs at least. I think he'd be all right for maybe the Wolves game, but one more game out, Chambers, and then in midfield I'll put Torreira, Ceballos, and Guendouzi because he doesn't rate Ozil in it. So, and then up top you're gonna have Lacazette up top. On the left, I'm going to have Aubameyang, and on the right, Pepe.
Matt Howard saying Leno, Bellerin, Chambers, Holding, Tierney. I'll go with that. And then he's saying Torreira, Ceballos, Martinelli, Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang. I don't think Martinelli can play in midfield. I'll go for exactly the same team as you, but I'll put. Do you know what? I'd recall Ozil. Personally, I would. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. I agree. If Unai agrees, that's what I said.
I'd recall Ozil. You know. I just would. We need decent players in our team. We ain't got any. And I'll put them in.
I don't understand what has Ozil done though to come back into the team. Every time he's taken out of the team and he comes back, he just looks lightweight.
But how do we know what he's done? Seriously, how do we know what he's done and what he hasn't done? Really?
our poorest performance was Watford. And
Do you know what the saddest thing about it is, yeah? Don't know if it's going to take Ozil out the team, yeah? Take Xhaka and Socrates out the team because they're not being good. And David Luiz, yeah? They're not being good enough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's double standards for me, man. It's not good enough.
And Willock's been shit for the last 2 games.
The way
he's a kid, to be fair.
The way the manager plays, he always needs somebody like the physical stature of Xhaka in the midfield. We don't really have anyone that like that.
Cool. Well, how do you see this? Well, I mean, you're saying it as if these like some sort of Rocky or Rambo. I mean, what sort of physicality do you see with Xhaka? I don't understand it. What does he? Goes past him and he pulls him down. Is that what you're talking about? You want? Because I don't see nothing else from him.
Everyone sees his fouls. Everyone sees his fouls. Everyone sees his mistakes. But one thing that the manager probably sees in Xhaka that other people don't think about is the fact that majority of our midfield players are small in stature and they're not physically they don't have any physical strength when it comes to actually being big bodies. And we're going to be facing a midfield that actually has some big bodies in there. So like when Torreira comes up against I don't know how to say this guy's name, Milivojevic, James Arthur, and Kuante, I don't think those guys could easily body him off the and protect the ball. Where Xhaka would at least come in and try to use his physicality a little bit. He does foul people and he does make mistakes. He does make a lot of mistakes, and I've been digging him out a lot. But when it comes down to it, we don't have anyone to replace what Xhaka brings at certain times. Even though he doesn't bring a lot going forward, he does protect the ball.
There's a good point in the chat. Young Bunker made a good point here, and he said, "What about Lewis as a CDM and trying there?" And I'd like to see that as well. David Luiz playing in that Xhaka role. You don't reckon, Tel?
No.
Why?
Let's be honest. So you're saying to me that Barcelona would buy him to play in the centre midfield role, or Real Madrid, or Man City, or Liverpool? I mean, this is ridiculous that you're even suggesting that. Honestly, I can't myself to even think.
But we can only use what we have.
You're putting words in my mouth, or you're trying to win a side argument. You're not even talking about what I said. You're trying to win a side argument.
That's what Ben said, the kid.
I said physicality wise. Tell me one person who's more physical than Xhaka on our team. Torreira is tiny. Let's be real.
But the kid. Xhaka's physical, all right? He's only physical when he can catch a player up.
What?
He's only physical when he can catch a player up. Half the time is chasing shadows. They play Van Xhaka.
Yeah,
That's why Xhaka is like Superman. He dives and pulls everyone back.
To
Yeah, do
me,
you know
I
what
feel
I
like
understand?
Xhaka plays every game, so he has more games to show you what he does wrong. Where
Yeah, but-
Torreira hasn't played enough games.
No, fuck off.
Do you know what?
Fuck off.
Out of all the time I've been doing this channel, that must be the stupidest comment that I've ever heard. I must admit. Xhaka plays more games. He's got more games to show that what he does wrong. How about more games to show what he does right?
Okay, let me get to the second point of that. Ozil hasn't played in forever, and people are calling for him as if he's our savior. Holding hasn't played in forever, and I'm calling for him as if he's a savior. The longer you play, the more people forget how shit you were, and the longer you play on the pitch and you're not performing well, the more you get criticized, and it just builds up to the point where people saying, "I don't want to hear it anymore. I want him out." To the point where there's no logic anymore.
That's if you're shit. Yeah. If you're shit, obviously.
You know what it is?
Xhaka doesn't have to have a good. Even if Xhaka has a good game, he's still going to get criticized because of his past performances. We can never see when he does a good thing.
When has he done a good thing though?
Why do you defend people like Emery, Xhaka, Louise, Socrates, and all that? But you've got nothing good to say about Ozil. All these players that you're defending and like Emery are like the worst people in the club that you're trying to defend. And then you've got a world-class player like Ozil that can do magical things, and he's probably one of the best players that are.
You know what?
You were on the podcast yesterday. I was wearing a German shirt because I was in protest.
The kid, you defend the Yorkshire Ripper because prostitutes are bad people.
Don't ever say that about me. I would never do that.
Some prostitutes are very nice, Sonny.
Nah. Okay, on a serious note, I get Xhaka's. I get it. Xhaka's not. He does a lot of bad things, but these managers are clearly seeing something that they need from him.
No, the kid. Sorry, I've got to stop you there. Only Emery sees it, right? Look, when you've got ex-players,
Arsene Wenger does too. So does the Swiss manager.
Players like Petit coming on Twitter and saying, why on earth he is our captain at Arsenal and why on earth he's basically wearing an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, hang on.
Start asking questions.
Hang on. Amar just smashed your argument to pieces, the kid.
Okay, no, he didn't.
N'Golo Kante is a small guy.
The difference between N'Golo Kante and Torreira is every time Torreira is on the pitch, there's like 3-4 times where you think he got injured. Because he falls down every 2 seconds, you think he got injured. Let's be honest. How many times did you watch the game and the guy just gets wiped out?
N'Golo Kante, it just falls back injured. You serious?
No, I'm talking about Torreira. There's a difference.
No, we're talking about Kante. We're talking about Kante.
No, I'm saying we don't have a Kante. We have Torreira.
He's small and he's physically demanding.
Who?
And he's brilliant in midfield as a defensive midfielder. So all this argument that small and tall and all that rubbish is out the window.
Who are you talking about?
Bro, I say something, bro. I'm
small.
Don't have Kante. I'm small. No one's knocking me over on the football pitch. Sorry, it ain't happening.
Sonny, you're probably bigger than Torreira. Let's be honest.
No, we're probably the same height.
He's only 5'5". Don't forget that.
I'm only 5'5.5". It's only my long hair. It's only my long hair was bigger than his.
I gave you more. I thought you were taller than that and bigger than that. Let's be honest.
No, I'm sitting on a cushion.
Okay, guys, don't get me wrong. You've seen me dig out Xhaka. The only reason why I'm saying I'm trying to show you from another angle. Don't take it as if I'm sucking off Xhaka. I'm not trying to do that. No one is. Let's be real. But at the end of the day, I was just trying to give you the other side of it. Like,
I just think you're trying to polish a turd, and you can't.
No, you're not sucking off Xhaka. You just stop him before he comes.
Nah, man. I'm telling you that it does happen when you see something consistently and you don't see them doing as what they're supposed to do. When they do decent, when they do a decent job, no one gives them credit, and no matter what he does, he's ruined.
So he does one brilliant thing, and then what we're supposed to forget about everything else that he's done just because he's done he scored the goal. He's
falling in the same bracket as what happened to Mustafi. Mustafi did so many bad things that anything he did, we could never ever say he was half decent, and he was never going to get respect from us ever again as a fan base. Xhaka is now getting to a level where he could lose all his credibility from the fan base.
Go on, Baz.
You see with sorry, not Xhaka, Mustafi, yeah? Come on, let's be real, son. Mustafi is the same geezer. I'm telling you right now, yeah, Wilfred Zaha, yeah, he was doing all right in the Palace game, yeah, when we faced Palace not too
Zaha ended him.
Yeah. But what Mustafi did was criminal, yeah. Man stuck his hands out, haggling on the bloody edge of his own D, yeah. Started asking Leonard to come out, right? Trying to hold off Zaha, right? That enough shows me that he's not a good defender. He's a shocking defender. However, for me to stick it on Mustafi is wrong. Where Socrates is just as useless, just as bad. David Luiz,
Yeah, but
right-hand man, shocking.
Baz, don't you think some of these problems happens with our defenders is because the midfield are basically just stepping aside and letting attack?
I agree. However, the defense is too deep.
Yeah, they're just having midfielders and attackers run at them, and that's why I think that's why we see a lot of these players get pulled down because it's like their last resort.
Okay, Stan, give us your score prediction. Everyone in the comments, give us your score prediction for Sunday.
I reckon we'd be lucky to nick a draw.
I agree.
Really?
Lucky to nick a draw.
Guys, out of our last 22 home games, we've only lost one. We're different at home. You guys actually don't understand that at home there's a factor. The crowd actually help lift the team. You guys are there.
And I keep telling you the crowd are dead every time I go, the kid. But you keep telling me I must be wrong.
Okay. Our best performances this season they were home games. Our best performances when we came back against Aston Villa, when we came back against Spurs. Those were both home games.
They weren't great games.
They were our best.
They was frustrating where we just won it in the end.
I'm not on AFC for a while. I'm not going to go to a few games. I just need a bit of a break from memory, and also I don't think I'll get the love of AFTV anyway. So I'm just going to give it a miss for a while. I'm gonna go. I just let them suck off the team as much as they want. Obviously, I don't want to listen to people who disagree with them. So that's why I'm not going on there for a while.
You know what it is, yeah. The crowd is rubbish, man.
Do what?
Say hello to the then.
When Emery came, he did say he would rather win 4-3 than 1-0.
Wow.
So what's your score predictions anyway?
3-2.
To who?
Arsenal. Who else?
Baz?
Just for the sake of Arsenal, 2-1. That's all I'll say. Just for the sake of it.
Terry?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know, to be honest. I really don't. Because I think he's going to pick the team like he did on Monday night. And if he picks that team, I think we could lose 3-1. If he picks that team, because our defence is shocking. Our defence is shocking. Xhaka will be a sweeper. He won't even be in midfield. Our forwards won't even get no attacking options. And Paddy's will probably have double the amount of shots on our goal than what we would have on them. So if we play that same team as we did on Monday night, I think we could get an hiding. This could be the one that breaks the camel's back for Emery, I think, to be honest.
I'm going for 2-1 Crystal Palace. Personally.
Roy Hodgson is going to play the same side who faced Man City. That same team that faced Man City is going to face us. And if we can break them down and score 2 goals, guarantee we win that game.
What's Dominic saying? Same old story. Fans think we're going to beat them, but we're going to make them look good. Poor defending, I think 2-1 Palace. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Dominic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I said. Let's read a few comments. Post Modem says, Sonny, quite being worried about FTV, they're not worth your opinion. Well, I don't think so either, personally.
Exactly.
Just let them stick the box with a Bamian and whatever, you know. I'd rather be real.
The kid, you look a bit upset with them results that we just said about.
Martin Fowler's grass is getting what he deserves. Yeah, I know, but you can't say Martin's getting what he deserves. His family's been torn apart. I think Ben needs to get what he deserves. Maybe Callum will sort him out after they've had their chicken stew, whatever they was going to have.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're talking about EastEnders.
Oh, okay.
It's more entertaining.
Yeah.
Definitely. Is.
Mate, they're saying on AFTV that Emery's going to get us to the Champions League.
Oh my God! Crazy.
I hope so. I hope he does. Don't get me wrong. I hope, but I don't see it right now. Hopefully, let's hope.
Listen, we come back to that argument again. Listen, let's be real. I can't understand this mentality. Honestly, we played Victoria last night. We've never heard of this team. Never heard of them whatsoever. They scored 2 goals against us. They've not scored in the Europa League yet. If they, I don't think someone said. They haven't scored yet. And they scored 2 against us at home, the prolific team that we are at home, that the kid keeps talking about. We're a different team. We've not lost there for 20 games. Victoria nearly beat us, only to the last minute, right? And now you're talking that you want us to be in the Champions League against Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. If that Bayern Munich that played Tottenham, that beat them 7-2, was it? Or 7-3? Whatever it was. If they would have played us yesterday, we would have lost by double figures. Get real. Get real. Open your eyes, please, people.
You say that we nearly lost, right? But we never lost. But we didn't lose. That's the thing. We didn't lose.
So yeah, I know we didn't lose, but I think you forget it. I mean, you're looking at the positive side that we won, but it's Victoria.
But Terry, you're on the other side.
No. You know what? Sometimes losing isn't winning. I'm sorry.
Exactly. No, listen. If that was Barcelona last night, are you telling me we would have won that game?
Probably not.
Okay, but don't forget, the Champions League's not only full of a bunch of Barcelonas.
Hold up. Sometimes when I ask something, right, honestly, it's like, why can't you just give a straight answer back? You have to explain why you can't. Just give me an honest answer. Would Barcelona have beat us yesterday?
Who you asking?
The kid. Would Barcelona have beat us yesterday?
I honestly don't know.
I forget about Barcelona. Theo's saying about Arsenal, Leicester. Leicester going to tear us apart.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, man. I'm scared. We're in for hiding, man. We're in for hiding against Wolves there. I can't take it. I don't know really about Palace, but Wolves, they will tear us a new one. If we're set up wrong. They will tear us a new one.
No, it is a damning indictment that we're looking at games coming up with people, against opposition like Crystal Palace, Wolves, and Leicester, and we are frightened, right? We are all frightened. We shouldn't be in that position. Yep. We shouldn't be, but we ain't got fucking crystal balls, and we don't know what the results are going to be. But I'm shitting it going into
mate. We can't get clawed on because 1, he didn't eat shit, and 2, he likes to fall asleep on podcasts. So claws down on his channel, Father.
Guys, don't you have more confidence at home when the team's at home compared to away? Just asking because statistically, we don't lose as many games at home as we do away from home.
Statistically, Emery said that we're much more better defensive this season and we've conceded less goals. When that's a complete lie.
That is not a lie when it comes to total games, like including cup games, because we did concede more goals in the beginning of the season, cup games last season.
No, we didn't. Not in the league, we didn't.
We lost in the League Cup last season.
No, in the league, in the Premiership, in the 9 games last season, we let in 11 goals last year. In 9 games this year, we've let in 12. And as I've said to you, with facts, we're having 20 less shots. Let
me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, right?
But we had 2 clean sheets this season.
Right? Let me ask you a question. Would anyone be bothered? I only want short answers though, because we're going to finish soon. Would anyone be bothered if Mesut Ozil went to Man United? Stan?
No, I think it'd be great because I think it'd be shit there and all.
Okay. I don't think so. I think in Pogba, I think we'll tear it up. Terry.
To be honest, I think everyone knows by now that I think he's a great player. I just don't think he's had the managers to help him out properly and play him in his right positions. If he goes to Man United, I won't be gutted like I was when Van Persie done it, because Van Persie didn't get treated the way that Ozil's been treated. Van Persie come out and said that obviously he wanted guarantees that we was going to go further, and he didn't get them. Ozil, I hope he goes there and I hope he smashes it up and proves everyone wrong at this club, because he hasn't had the chance that he's been given, and I think he will do. And then everyone will be in their own words.
So you hope he does well for Man United? You
I do, because I feel sorry for him. I think he's been treated disgusting. To be honest, I think he's been treated disgusting. I know he's getting a lot of money, but he's been treated disgusting. And if you done it like we've said in this podcast before, if you was at a job and your manager kept putting you down, kept telling you to try harder, kept saying to you be more creative, and you're trying to do all them things, it'd feel like you're being picked on and being bullied.
If anyone wants to come on the show, by the way, and they're not on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, subscribe to me. Follow me on Twitter at Sunny_Arsenal. But if you're not on Twitter and you want to come on the show, email me, sunny.enver@yahoo.com. So if you want to come on the show, just drop me an email and I'll get you on. Baz, mate, Ozil at United.
You see, just because Solskjaer wouldn't get the best out of him. Solskjaer's worse than Emery, so he'd be.
Oh my God, Leicester's winning 5-0.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We're in for a hiding, mate. We're in for a hiding. Look at him now. Look at him.
It's halftime.
Don't worry about Leicester. This is not the Leicester City channel.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So Solskjaer's a worse manager than Emery. Let's be real. So he wouldn't be. He'd be useless there. If he got a proper manager at United, yeah, he would tear it up. And he sorted it. Definitely.
The kid.
Yeah.
Would you put? Would you mind if Ozil went to United?
I feel like Arsenal should stop selling players to rivals within the league. Period. We should not be giving away any of our players.
Yeah, but what if they can't get rid of him? What if they can't get rid of him? Man United, the only team in the world who want him. Would you sell him or not?
You're gonna. The club is gonna do it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't let him go to Chelsea. I wouldn't let him go to United. I wouldn't let him go to anybody in the Premier League. If he was going to Turkey, then I'll let him go. I'll let him go. But if it's within the league and it's going to make one of our rivals stronger, I wouldn't let him do that.
Sonny, go on, give your opinion first. Would you do it?
No, I think it'd tear up at United with Pogba in the middle.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a question then? Right? Can we?
Sam don't agree.
No, it's done. It's done. It'll just be like when Sanchez went there. And I'd just like to say as well, in the same way, Terry, how you feel about some of the kids' thoughts on Emery, and like you're surprised how, you say, I can't understand and no one can see it. In the statement that you just made about Ozil, I feel exactly the same. It surprises me. I can't understand what it is that you still see in Mesut Ozil as he's now coming into his 7th season. He's a waste of time. He's done. I think he needs to go. And as how vehement you are about Emery, I feel exactly the same on that level about Mesut Ozil. I don't think he should be anywhere near our football team.
I respect your opinion.
But Stan, what do you think about?
Can I just ask my question first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have the same question again, but if it was Xhaka, how would you feel if we was going to send him to Man U?
Let him go like shot.
You're asking me if Jack
yeah.
Again, I'd be great. It'd be great because it would help us because he's not a very good player, and he'd go there and be a very good player.
I'd honestly drive him there.
Okay, but do you guys would you ever let, say, Lacazette or Aubameyang go to a rival? Like
I'll let you go to a rival.
You're gonna have to kick me out. But listen, on a serious note, would you ever let another Van Persie or Samir Nasri situation happen ever again if you were running the club? Because a proper club that's being run proper would never let their player or one of their best players go to a rival.
Well, to be fair, Charleston with Matic, he was crap. They bend him to Man United. He's Deadwood, yeah. You send a Deadwood to your rivals if you want. You don't send your best players to rivals. That's the mistake. You get what I'm saying, sir?
Yeah, I get
it. You know what? The thing with Ozil, if Ozil went to United, he might flop and he might do really well. But you can't take that risk of getting him to United.
Yeah, but example, Sonny, yeah.
That's the thing.
David Luiz is the prime example. Yeah, Chelsea sent us Deadwood. Honestly, better check.
The fact that we've all sat here in
for us,
and we're still debating about him, and he splits the fan base so much, tells you everything you need to know.
No, he doesn't, Stan, because he doesn't play, Stan.
We never had these conversations about Thierry Henry. We never had this conversation.
Stan, they don't play to his strengths, Stan. They don't play to his strengths.
Man, I was against Ozil.
We've tried everything for Ozil.
Yeah, but Stan, even last season, they weren't even playing Ramsey last season, Stan.
Yeah,
I believe that we've done everything to make Ozil comfortable. We've done everything that he's wanted. Yeah, we've brought in extra. We've brought in some good players. He's been in the team, and when he's been taken out of the team, it's because he's not put a shift in. We bring him back into the team. It's always like we're playing with 10 men when he's there.
Yeah, but which one of them put a shift in?
He's not worth 350 pounds.
Shall I tell you how I'll play Ozil? I'll play Ozil different than everyone else. You know, I won't play Ozil in a number 10 for starters. I'll play Ozil as a deep line midfielder, like he used to play for Germany.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to say, have you seen him play for Germany, Stan, or not?
Yeah, I've seen him play for Germany, but I just think that
for Germany.
Look, he's a Goldilocks player. To get a good performance, to get a good performance out of Mesut Ozil, the porridge can't be too hot, the porridge can't be too cold. The porridge has got to be just right. You know, the planets have to align. It's like all these weird things have to happen to get a performance out of the guy. And I don't think
Stan, if he wasn't on 350 grand a week, no one would even be talking about him.
Well, you know, if Emery was playing him and people were seeing him make mistakes, people wouldn't want him in the team. But the fact that he hasn't been playing for so long makes you miss him even more. Let's be honest. I didn't want him to be playing. After what he did in the finals, the way he walked out and he basically told Emery to F off, that I was done with him then.
Oh, mate, you know what? I'd play him just because he did tell Emery to fuck off.
Look at him in the Nottingham Forest game, right? He wanted to do a 1-2. The ball went behind him. He didn't quite get the 1-2 back. Nottingham Forest broke away. And what did Mesut Ozil do? He stood there. He threw his arm
like this.
He threw his arm up in the air because he didn't get the ball just how he likes it, and then he stropped around. That's not good enough.
But Lacazette done that last season. Every time when we took him off in the 75th minute, if you go back now and watch them games.
Terry, midnight. Say what he's going to say, and let Midnight say what he says. I want to know what he wants to say. Midnight, just say what you want to say, whatever language you want to say, bruv. Just type it so I can read it. Yeah,
I was just saying that Lacazette last season, he was doing exactly the same thing to Emery because every 75th minute, 80 minute, as soon as that ball was going up to the sub, everyone said it's going to be Lacazette. And his body language was exactly the same. He kept throwing his arms down, his head went down, and everything.
Well, you can't blame a player for throwing his arms up and his head going down if he's being taken off every game. But with Mesut Ozil, he's doing it because he's not getting the ball in his eyes exactly how he wants to receive the ball. You know, as I say, everything's got to be perfect for Mesut Ozil, and I'm sick of it.
I just think. I mean, obviously, I respect your opinion, and I can see what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? But I just think it's because of the players around him. He knows that the caliber of players around him are not good enough and not at his level. I mean, it's like, would Dennis Bergkamp now playing in this team be as good as what he was? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's one of the best players we've ever had at Arsenal. But if he was playing in this team now, with these players around him, would he be as good as what he is now?
The difference is that Dennis Bergkamp knows how to get a game by the
Archie, what are you timing out midnight for? So you don't like cats.
Listen.
Listen. By the way, if anyone don't agree with the moderator, Archie's doing a good job. So thanks for being a moderator, Archie. By the way, but if anyone don't agree with the moderator, drop me an email. Especially if you get kicked off. If you get kicked off the channel, and I'm not the one who's kicked you off. Drop me an email on my email and explain to me what's happened, and then I'll make a decision if you should be back or not.
Just to respond to what Terry said there, the difference between Ozil and Dennis Bergkamp, Terry, is that Dennis Bergkamp, he knows how to grab a game by the scruff of the neck, and he knows how to drag people over the line. You can't count on Mesut Ozil to do that, in my eyes. You know, if Mesut Ozil on the bench and we losing, say, like 3-1, Mesut Ozil is not the person to bring on to try and get us back in the game.
To answer Victor's question, the last game Mesut Ozil was the best time in the pitch was against Leicester last season.
I forgot when the last game was it? Yeah.
I mean, the best game I've seen Ozil play for us was against Ludogorets. I mean, who were they?
Guys, I'm still in shock.
You can only be what's in front of you, Buff.
What's the matter now?
What?
Go on, you said you're so shocked.
Honestly, if we
Leicester,
don't see a performance, if we don't see a standout performance within one of the next few games, where because Emery has his players coming back now. I said I'm giving him until his players come back. If these players are not, are back and he doesn't put them in the team for either Crystal Palace, Wolves, I don't want to see them playing against Liverpool. I want to see the second team playing against Liverpool. I want to see Tierney in the first team before the Christmas break, because this is starting to get ridiculous. And if we don't bang out a team if sooner or later, if we don't smash a team, trust me, I'm going to be on the other side. This is starting to get annoying.
The thing is with that, the kid, is what I said the other night on when I give my team for last night. Me personally, I'm old school, so I want to win every.
Archie, did you block Troy? If you block Troy, unblock him, please.
Yeah, listen to this.
I want to win every match, and the only way you're going to win every match is for your players to be playing in every game, so they get to gel with each other, so they get to know each other. You can't keep swapping and changing like Emery wants to do. You can't do that. No one does that. You might change one or two players, but let's be honest, he's changing every player. He's putting them in the wrong positions, and he's not playing his best team. So the only way we're going to get continuity in this team is by playing the best team for a few games on a row now. That's the only way we're going to get it. So you can't say right, we play our best team in this game, and then 2 days time we're change it and put 9 different players in, and then we'll change it again after that, and we'll change it back again, because that's just ludicrous.
So what would you do, Terry, if we put Ozil back in the team and he was in the team for 3 games, which was, say, Palace, Leicester and Wolves, and over those 3 games, we still don't see nothing from Ozil like I've seen in many, many games, then what?
Honestly, we'd be setting him up for failure. We'd be setting him up for failure.
Drop him and he'd have to play his way back in the team. That's what I said with Pepe. The same thing. I think Pepe's going to be amazing. Don't get me wrong. But at the moment, if you're not good enough to play in my team, then you drop out and then you've got to play your way back into the team. That's the way I would do it.
Then in that argument, then he has been dropped from the team, and he's not been able to play his way back in. We've read the reports from Per Mertesacker saying that he doesn't try. Raul Ranieri said that he doesn't try. Emery says that there are other people that are training that are more deserving of a place in the team. So how do we just express him back into the squad if he's not earned it?
Stan,
I don't know if it's just rumours or not either, because I mean, you know, if he's not doing as great as he is, why is he doing all this on Instagram and he's getting all the likes from all the other players, his own players, and all things like that? All his own players are.
I'll tell you why. Because no matter what you say about Mesut Ozil, the player, his PR team are bang on it. They're worth their weight in gold, and they do an excellent job for him. But he's been out of the team a couple of times now. And you say that, I don't know if I believe it. Per Mertesacker speaks German. He's his counterpart from his same country. So they obviously talk. And for him to turn around and say he doesn't try. He said, I've tried everything with Mesut. He said, I've tried shouting at him. He said, I've tried putting an arm around him. I've tried giving him space. He goes, nothing seems to work. He just seems to react the same all of the time.
Rico, Shabby's thanks for that.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thanks.
Yo, guys, right now, seeing that halftime scoreline actually is pissing me off, because we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that from Arsenal, and I get your frustration. We haven't seen that from them for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Thing about it, it's not only about slapping teams, right? It's about
just a quick message. Just a quick message in the comments, right? Just a quick message for everyone in the comments. And to the moderators as well. If anyone wants to slag Emery off, they're welcome. If anyone wants to slag any players off, they're welcome. Use whatever language you want. I don't care. This channel's unfiltered. You say whatever you want, right? Not a problem. That's the message moderators. But if anyone wants to slag anyone off on a podcast, it's a different story. That's when you get timed out and then get kicked out. But if anyone wants to slag Emery off, other players, you're welcome, mate. You fill your boots.
The thing is, you just can't take it. But even though I think what it is it's a lot of it is anger and passion. When I talk about I want Emery out, it's because I've seen the team that we've got, and I think we could do so much better.
Mundu, you can't slag me off now. You can't do that.
Yeah, that picture, you could imagine the kid.
At least we're polite enough to ask you, Sonny.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
hilarious.
Yeah, but thanks for asking.
Yeah,
Also,
that guy has to be Canadian.
Also, Matt Howes, he says, "Can I have my own show on the channel talking about tactics?" Matt, when you come on the podcast, I'm not slagging me off. Right? If you prove yourself on the podcast, then why not? Definitely, of course you can. It's not a problem. The channel's open to everybody. So if anyone's got any ideas for the channel and you want to be on the channel, yeah, no problem, mate. Just drop me an email, tell me what you want to do. Treat me like a human being. So if you don't get your own way, don't start slagging me off. And then, of course, why not? So Matt, come on the next podcast after Palace, and then if you're any good and you talk sense about tactics, then yeah, you can.
Oh man, yeah, Sonny, I remember what you said about Brendan Rodgers. Now I get you. I understand.
Blimey, sick.
This guy, man.
What sounded big that, bro? What? Do you know what? You can slag us off, but there's a limit of how much you slag us off, though. That's the thing. So keep it respectful. Slag us off, but respectfully.
As long as it's done in a banter way, it don't bother me. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If it's done by banter, then of course you can. But if it's personal, then there's got to be a limit, though.
How much stick our announcements is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But you've got to have a laugh with it. I know I can't pronounce them. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I don't care.
I actually made a good point. It is on Twitter. Anyway, we're gonna leave the stream now.
Excuses.
We've done excuses to death.
You can't get that anymore.
It's not even excuses no more. It's facts.
Yeah.
Thanks for everyone in the comments. Our next stream, our next podcast is gonna be what's the name? After the Palace game on Sunday. But just want to say thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to everyone in the comments. Thanks to the moderators. Don't be too strict on these people, but you know when you need to do things. But it is unfiltered at the end of the day. But love you all. Please subscribe, share the channel, please, and retweet it. Do what you need to do. Thanks to Stan. Thanks to Armaguna. Thanks to Baz. Thanks to the kid, and thanks to Victor as well. So take care, everyone. Bye.
Emery in.
All right.